In my last video, I came up with a suggestion. Last video link up there. The suggestion was that we have an automation that when a dog scratches the back door, a vibration sensor gets notified and we know the dog wants to go out, perhaps flashing a light on and off 3 or 4 times. So today we're going to do that. And to do that, we're going to need YAML and coding and AI and no, I don't need any of that. Let's roll the credits and see what we actually need to do an automation like this. So what do we actually need to do this automation? Well, we need a plan. What do we want to happen? So if the dog scratches at the back door, what do we want to happen? So let's say the dog scratches at the back door for 5 seconds. And when 5 seconds are up, what we want to do is we want to switch the light on and off to kind of alert us that the dog's scratching at the door. Now, with all these things, I always kind of think, well, what would I do if I was doing it manually? So if we're going to switch the light on and off 3 times, I'd probably walk over to the light, switch it on, switch it off, switch it on, switch it off, switch it on, switch it off. Just like that. But if I was going to do it 30 times, I'd probably go, I need to find a better way of doing this, because standing there for 30 ons and offs will not only bore you a lot with me saying it a lot, but it would get boring. So we'll find another way to do it. I'm actually going to cover both, but to start off with, let's do the 3. So let's switch over to Home Assistant and do this all within the system. No programming, no nothing. So this is my Home Assistant. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to Settings and I'm going into Automations and Scenes because you want to do an automation. I'm going to create a new automation and I'm going to create it from scratch. Now, we have to remember our plan now. So when the dog scratches at the door for 5 seconds, when? So let's go and add a trigger. Now, it could get a bit complicated now unless you know what you're looking for. So the things that change and do stuff are called entities. So let's pick entity. Now what we want to know is when the door is being scratched. So that's a state. So we go to state and I want to pick an entity. Remember I called it vibration sensor? Vibration. Right, so I've got vibration sensor battery, sensitivity, voltage, battery. So vibration sensor in the bathroom, and I want a binary sensor. So let's pick that one. So the thing we want to do is when it changes from clear to detected, what did we say, 5 seconds? For 5 seconds, we want something to happen. So that's that bit done. Now, we could add some and if settings here. So we could say if it happened during the day. But remember our plan? We didn't think of any of that. So what we want to do is we want to add an action and we want to switch a light on. So I'm going to look for, now mine actually isn't a light, it's a plug. So let's just try switch turn on. Okay, what are my targets? And I think it's called S4. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the switch. What I then want to do is wait a couple of seconds. So I'm going to search for wait. And there isn't a wait. Is there a wait? Wait for time to pass. Delay. I want to wait 5 seconds. Save. Oh no, I don't need to save yet. That button there is very tempting to save on this. So then I want to add another action. Switch off. And the thing I want to switch off is called S4. Okay, so we switched the light on. We've waited 5 seconds. We switched the light off. Now we could go through and type it in again and again. But Home Assistant makes life easy for you. What you can do is you can go to individual items and go duplicate 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 and go duplicate. So all I've got to do now is arrange them into order. So 5 seconds. What I want to do, turn on, wait for 5 seconds, and then turn off. Wait for 5 seconds, turn on. Wait for 5 seconds. I've not done enough 5 seconds, have I? So we need to go duplicate, duplicate. So I've turned it on, waited for 5 seconds. I want to switch it off. Wait for 5 seconds. So where are we? Let's go from the top. Turn on, 5 seconds, off. Turn on, 5 seconds. Got them in the wrong order, haven't I? Off. Wait for 5 seconds, turn on. Wait for another 5 seconds. Turn off. Wait for another 5 seconds. Turn on. Last one, we're going to need to duplicate some more. 5 seconds. Duplicate. Turn off. Okay, I'm then going to click save. And I'm going to call it door movement. Okay, now it's always a good idea to add descriptions and categories and labels so you know what it's got. So the description is vibration at the back door. Flashes the light. Oh, there's no F in door. Click add category. I'm not sure that I've got categories in here. So I've got a kind of set. So I'm going to say testing. Add labels, and you can add particular labels. So this could be a sensor. So it's actually, it's an automation. We'll give it a automation. See if there's a better one. Oh, there's no Y in automation. There we go. Let's go for that. And automation. There we go. So we've got a label, and we can add an area. I'm going to add a new area and call it kitchen. At the top of the screen is a link that shows you how to kind of be tidy with all these things and get stuff set up. So click save. Okay, now I'm going to stay in here because we're all set up, and let's give it a test. So I very gently pick up the vibration sensor and go tap, 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 tap. It's been triggered. And the light is waiting 5 seconds, switching on and off. So that's that one working. So let's go to the slightly more complicated one where we want it to flash on and off for say a minute. So let's go and do that now. Okay, let's make it a little bit more complicated. So we want the light to switch on and off for 30 seconds. So I've done a bit of tidying up in here. So I've taken out all the things. So we're going to switch it on. 2 seconds, because 5 seconds is too long for me to wait, and switch it off, and then 2 seconds. So we're going to need a timer. So what we need to do is go back to settings, and in devices and services we've got these things called helpers, and if we create a new helper, and I want to create a timer helper, okay, and let's call it dog scratch, and we want this to run for 30 seconds, and we could have an icon called dog. It's called dog scratch, and it's going to run for 30 seconds. That's kind of the default. You can specify your own, and you'll see that in a second. So we've got a timer. So back into our automation, door movement. So still the same here when we get 5 seconds of vibration. But what we want to do is add some other things in. So we're going to add an action. And what we want to do is we want to do stuff with a timer. So we want to start a timer. And the timer we want to start is called dog scratch. And we want its duration to be 30 seconds. Okay. What we then need to do, and we'll just drag that up the top because we want that to happen first. So we're going to start a timer for 30 seconds. So we're then going to add an action. Now it's not something we want to happen. We want to keep doing this. So it's called a block. So we can repeat for each. So we could count around multiple times, or we could repeat until. So we're going to keep doing this until the timer switches off. So if we add a condition, and it's a timer entity, and its state of dog scratch, and its state is going to be idle. So we're going to keep doing this loop until dog scratch is idle. But what do we want to do? Well, we want to do these things. We want to switch the light on. We want to delay for 2 seconds. We want to switch the light off. and then delay for another 2 seconds. And it'll go round this bit and it'll switch the light on unless dog scratch is idle. So dog scratch has stopped. So the timer has finished. Okay, so we'll press save on that. And we'll give it another go. Let's pick up the timer very gently and go. Oh, we've missed the word triggered at the top there. And it's already flashing. You might be able to see it on my face, kind of flashing on and off. So, automations, you don't need to be a programmer. You need to think in an ordered process. Putting that down has triggered it again. So I'm going to get another minute's worth of, did I say a minute, 2 minutes worth of flashing. So you don't need to be a programmer. It's not required to know YAML or Python or all sorts of complicated things. You need to have a bit of a logical mind, but not horrendously so. You need to work out what you're going to do. Okay, that's it for today. Very simple automation. Thing to do is think about it and try. I'll thank you for watching, and if you could like and subscribe, that would be great because it really does help. And I'll see you on the next one, unless you want to watch some of these videos up here. See you on the next one.